Hello friends, this is Rahul Magan here as the Chief Executive Officer of Treasury Consulting LLP, and today we would be covering a dedicated video on Calypso, which is again our treasury management system. And here we would be covering something which is very important from a TMS point of view, which is trade and position routing. As you very well understand that nowadays there are a lot of action which is happening in the market, and especially in the treasury front, because a lot of volatility is happening in the market. Like taking an example, like because of the US dollar, because of the action which Trump is taking, a lot of things which are happening. We are not here to discuss that. We are here to discuss about how you're going to record this. Of course, whatever we are touching here, this is something which is not relevant in India, because in India there are hardly limited clients of Murex and there are hardly clients of Calypso. India is not a market for treasury management system. On the name of the TMS, India is having only Oracle TMS and Max to Max SAP TMS. And that is not exactly TMS. Basically, this is nothing but an ERP or one or two customization they have done for the sake of the TMS. It is only to show off kind of stuff, but this is not a TMS. But Calypso is one of the beautiful treasury management system we have. There is no doubt about that. So as the Murex. Murex is again, if I'm not wrong, as per the Gartner report of approximately 2016, that Murex has been rated number 1 and Calypso has been rated number 2. So such kind of competition keeps moving. And today we would be covering which is trade and position routing. Now first of all, we need to understand that what do you mean by trade and position routing. But before that, let me tell you that nowadays a lot of things which are in a discussion, like trade and position routing, like trade execution management, like trade settlement cycle, and a lot of things which are currently in discussion. Now here we would be covering which is trade and position routing, and after that we would be covering which is trade settlement cycle. Now in this, what would happen, we need to understand that there are four kind of what is trade and position routing. Number one, here we are talking about a bank. We are not quoting any bank. It is any G7 bank, which is JP Morgan Chase, Citi, Deutsche, UBS, Barclays, any G7 bank. You have so many banks, Goldman Sachs, Credit Suisse and all, right? Assuming Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is having so many clients. It is not that Goldman Sachs is having only one client. They are working across the globe. They have subsidiaries everywhere. They are the bank who are offering almost all kind of derivative platforms. Almost all kind of derivative platforms they are offering, right? So in that regards, they would have a trade desk. And that trade desk is there must be somebody like Mr. X who is the head of that trade desk. Now here we assume that the trade desk is of US, right? Now trade desk is linked with the sales desk. Generally, when a corporate people call to the trade desk, they think that they are speaking with the trader, but technically it do not happen. They say that technically that do not happen. They speak with the sales people, and sales people are in turn connecting with the trader. For a larger clients, sales people give you a privilege to directly speak with the trader. For like ExxonMobil and say Alibaba, like Amazon and all. For a smaller clients, that privilege is not very much there, right? So these trade desks will link with the trading people. Now that trading people could be of that country, or that could be of the non-deliverable trading people. They further categorized into, I would say options, swap, futures, and because every trader would have a forte. Somebody who is an expert in option, like I love option and an interest rate swap, that is my forte. Somebody who is good with forwards, somebody good with swaps, somebody good with swaptions and all. So this is how a structure it is, and assume that G7 bank is a Goldman Sachs. Now assuming that particular G7 bank would have one TMS, which is Calypso. Although we know that big banks have their own softwares which are known as proprietary terminals. There are a lot of banks who have their proprietary terminals. Citi would have a proprietary terminal. Royal Bank of Scotland is having a proprietary terminal. JP Morgan Chase is having a proprietary terminal, and there are various banks who are on the proprietary terminal. There are banks, those who do not have a proprietary terminals, but they don't have a capacity for that. They don't have quant and everything. So what they have, they hire people, they hire these TMS like Calypso and all. So more or less the proprietary terminal is nothing but a customized thing, because both Murex and Calypso, they have a standardized approach. I'm not saying that the customization is not possible. There is a very much scope for customization, But at the same time, once you create your proprietary thing, then there is a big scope of customization, like your pricer, your option strategies, how you are taking the accounting of that, whether you would like to integrate with MT4 and not, something like that. But nonetheless, let's move forward. Now this which you are having, now assuming there is a company which is coming Cognizant. Cognizant wanted to take a forward contract, and this is Cognizant Europe. You can assume any like Cognizant Sweden, Cognizant Denmark, Cognizant London, or any entity of Cognizant. Cognizant is coming and wanted to take a forward contract which is Euro AUD. What is Euro AUD? Euro to Aussie dollar, because they are having a client in Australia to whom they are serving, and their client is billing in Australian dollar, which is local currency, although the cost is in euro. So assuming and this, they are taking a forward contract for Euro AUD. We are taking a small pause here, and then we go little back. Now this, before taking a Euro AUD position, this particular desk, we assume that they don't have a proprietary, they have a Calypso. But Calypso as a whole offers three things. Either this deal can be recorded as a proprietary desk deal, either this deal can be recorded as a sales deal, either this deal can be recorded as a trading deal. Trading deal can also be referred as an interbank. Interbank means Cognizant sold to Goldman Sachs, Goldman Sachs forwarded it for, Goldman Sachs sold to Credit Suisse, and Credit Suisse sold to say HSBC to Standard Chartered to UBS, and so on and so forth, right? This is how. But proprietary trading desk is prop trading is that you are self-managing, although we are planning a dedicated video on the prop desk also. And sales means it is a normal sale. It's just a spot transaction. It doesn't mean, because sometimes spot transactions are also getting traded. So sales is just a sales transaction. But today we are offering trading, a trading part of it, right? Now here we go. We'll just take a break that Cognizant had taken a forward contract Euro to Aussie dollar. Now trade and position routing would have four kind of risk, and it is not that these are the only risk they have. The risk is endless, because if you enter into a different domain, your risk is endless. But apparently speaking, that you have four kind of risk, which is spot risk, swap risk, margin risk, and reset risk. Believe me, this margin risk can also be termed as regulatory risk, right? Now these are the following contracts which are covered, like spot contracts, forward contract, interest rate derivative, non-deliverable forward, non-deliverable swaps, FX options, puts options, calls options. If you refer our video, you have options, call spot, TOM, spot next, and so on and so forth, exotics, option payoffs, and many. Of course, I will again repeat that this list is not comprehensive. This list is endless, because every day a new instrument is coming in the market, every day. And since the new instrument is coming in the market, things are shaping up on new things, you know, and a new way we are getting devised. Regulatory is coming up, that is making a new framework, and so on and so forth, right? Now I again repeat, now back to this position, they have taken a forward contract Euro AUD, and take any period, take 1 year. Now, without discussing the rate, there would be how this Calypso would integrate and how Calypso would allow Goldman Sachs person who is here trading, Goldman Sachs trader, to record the deal. Calypso will divide this deal into two parts. First of all, of course, while putting the deal, you have to see whether this is a prop deal, sales deal, or trading deal. And we are here strictly talking of the trading. Now, if you go for a trading, then he will divide this deal into two parts. Here, the deal would be the spot risk and the swap risk. What is spot? Everybody here know that Euro Australian dollar is not a direct pair. It is a cross. And Euro Aussie dollar is nothing but the sum product of Euro dollar into Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar is a direct pair, while Euro dollar is also a direct pair. So it is cross, because Euro dollar into reciprocal of Aussie dollar, you will get Euro Aussie. That spot risk is this, Euro dollar, and swap risk is this. Ultimately, you are offering a premium on whom? you are offering a premium on Aussie dollar. Of course, there are people those who can tell that ideally speaking, Calypso would also offer that. If a trader want, then he can further segregate this problem. He can say that there are three risks. What are the risks? Spot risk, which is euro dollar. Then he can say that spot risk 2, which is Aussie dollar. Then he can say that swap risk 1, which is Aussie dollar swap. And then he can say that the swap risk 2, which is euro dollar swap. By referring to a swap, I means the premium risk. Because in our fraternity, in a foreign exchange fraternity, the premiums are also known as swaps. Now there is again an issue. The same Calypso platform would allow you to do that also, which is your margin risk and which could be your reset risk also. We are not here discussing reset risk, right? It allows you to have a regulatory valuation, which is debit valuation adjustment, credit valuation adjustment, margin valuation adjustment, which is your margin risk, which is KVA is the capital valuation adjustment, OIS and COLVA is the collateralization valuation adjustment, FVA is the funding valuation adjustment. And of course, every valuation adjustment will further categorize into several parts. So this was a little introduction of Calypso trade and position routing. Many a times when a corporate person trade with the bank, and especially with the big banks like G7 Bank, Goldman Sachs, Credit Suisse and all, they tend to believe that they are done. But actually the work started after that. The recording in the Calypso is not easy. It's seriously not easy. Recording in the Calypso is not easy. You should design your Calypso, the TMS in such a way. The pricer is an issue. You continue to have to improve the pricer. Every second day regulatory is coming up. That regulatory need to be addressed. One thing which we not discussed, which is the accounting. That how would you take the accounting in the P&L? So there are a lot of action which is happening in the market. And our most of the videos which are coming now would be on the technological platform. This was about Calypso. Before winding up this video, we are extremely pleased to announce that our incubator, which is Bohemian means an iconoclast. Iconoclast means somebody who thinks and act different, like majority people, those who are listening to me know me. Our incubator has already been invited by international incubators to come and perform with them. And this is a very sense of achievement. And with this video, we also would like to spread the message that the upcoming 40 or 50 videos of Treasury Consulting LLP would be completely technological in nature, wherein we would be covering Calypso, Murex, fixed technologies, we would be covering BCBS, we would be covering BCS, SSCR, and lot of technological framework. And at the same time, we would like to address that if you have any training requirement pertaining to Murex and Calypso, you are welcome to check with us. It's very simple. Hopefully by next Friday, we would be launching a dedicated course on Murex also. With this, we would like to thank you very much, and you have our contact details www.treasuryconsulting.in. My website, my mobile is 9899242978. My Skype ID is Rahul5327. My email is rahul.magan@treasuryconsulting.in. Thank you and have a wonderful time.